Okay, today is a how-to lesson on how to make felt. So you can use this as your practice lesson for an art class or in an art classroom. Okay, so the materials that you'll need is a towel, some wool, a drink bottle full of cold water, and a drink bottle full of boiling hot water that's mixed with soap shavings. You'll also need some nylon netting. Also, you will need a bamboo mat and some sort of wooden pipe or plastic pipe for rolling. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is with your nylon netting, place it on the towel, flat. Then you grab your wool. You need to open the wool in half, okay, like I've done, like this. Then you grab the wool and you're just pulling it apart slowly, like such. Okay. What you then do next is you place the wool onto the netting and you pull off bits, okay, and making sure that they're together as well. Once that you've got the felt all going this way, or not the wool going this way, you're going to be going the opposite way in 90-degree angle. So pulling like this, like such, making sure that the wool is sticking together. Okay. Do this across the whole thing. Once you've gone the second layer this way, you have to go again the same way that you did to begin with. So we're going this way again. This is the third layer. Same motion, making sure that the fibres at the end reach each other. Just gentle pullings necessary. The next thing you need to do is grab your bamboo mat, as such, put it over the top of your felt, of your wool, sorry. Okay. Then pick it up and turn it around. Okay. Getting rid of all little bits that catch in that you don't need. Okay, the next step is to apply the water and the soap. So grab your soap that you've put into a container. Okay, just dab a little bit of the soap on. Okay, in a circular motion. Okay, then you get some water. Do the same thing. Okay. The tool that you're going to be using to mesh the wool together is just a plastic bag. Okay, just punch it into a ball and you start rubbing into the wool so that it's in a circular motion. So this helps the wool to catch and connect. Once you've done the middle bit, then start to go onto the outside. In circular motion still. If it gets too soapy, just add water. Okay, once you've done the whole section of the wool, you're going to remove your netting, okay? And because it's nylon netting, it's not going, hopefully, to stick to your wool. Okay, so all the fibres have been meshed in together. Okay, so you're removing the netting. Okay, what you need to do now is gently lift off the wool. Okay, just gently, because it's a bit fragile still at this stage, but you can feel that it's meshing together. Okay, so what we're going to do is lift it off, and we're going to turn it around onto its other side and complete the process again. So, turning onto the other side. Okay, you need to grab your netting again, place it back over once you've turned it around, place it back on top, add a little bit more soap and just a little bit more water. Get your bowl, your scrunching tool, and we're going to just do a circular motion in the same way. So we're doing the other side. After you've done this circular motion around the whole thing and you for a little bit, you're then going to grab the pipe or the wooden pole. Okay, going to turn it around. Okay, what you need to do is make sure it's down flat. Put your roll in with the netting and the wool and the bamboo. Okay, you're just going to roll the whole thing over. And you're going to do this, rolling it back and forth 60 times. Make sure that you apply the pressure when you're rolling. Okay, unroll it once you've done about 50 to 60 rolls, and it will always shrink in the direction that you've been rolling. Okay, so take off the netting. We're going to roll it another time, but in a different angle on the other side. Okay, now that you've turned it around the other way in a 90-degree angle, we're going to shrink it going this way as well. So rolling it up again. Okay, and just rolling it 60 times. Okay, so I've just unrolled it again after rolling it, and as you can see, it's already started to shrink just that tiny little bit more. Okay, so what you have to do is fold it, turn it over again and in a 90-degree angle. Okay, like such. Okay. Grab your netting, bring it back over. Getting the the wooden pole, rolling it up again and completing the same process. Okay, so just rolled it again, and this is going to be the final 90-degree turn. Okay, so taking it off and turning it 90 degrees for the last time. Putting the netting back on. Once again, rolling it up and rolling it for 50 to 60 times. It's quite a tiring job indeed. Okay, unrolling it again for the final time. Take your knitting off. Okay, so it started to, the wall's actually started to compact quite nicely now. Just to give it a test, just wriggle the fibres with your fingers. If it's still a bit loose, it still needs to be shrunk a little bit further. Okay, so a way that we're going to do that is putting some water on it. Okay. Okay. Picking the felt up. Okay. Putting it in a bowl and rolling it in a cupping motion in your hand. Okay, open it up again. You don't want to do it for too long the first time, otherwise it will start to stick to each other. Okay, so let's just spread up a little bit there now. So just adding, turn it around, just add a little bit more water. And do it again in a circular motion. So cupping your hand so that it's getting a good grip there, rolling around. Opened it again and it's shrunk quite dramatically now, which is good. Put a little bit more water on it and we might just do it for a final time. Scrunching it up and rolling around, making sure that the surface that you're working on is quite open because it's going to get watery. This is a more intensive method of trying to shrink your felt together, so this is what you do after the rolling if it's not entirely shrunk. Okay, so as you can see, my piece of felt is almost completely shrunk together and it's very, very tight. Very easy to play around with now. Okay, so it's all connected, well compact. Okay, just to speed up the process a little bit, instead of adding cold water, we're just going to add some hot water. Okay. Skittish. So put it into the hot water. So try not to touch it. Just dunking it in there. And we might just give it one last roll in a cupping motion. It's feeling quite tight now. It's feeling like it's all connected together. Open it up, and as you can see, from the time that it started this large, it's shrunk to this size. Just stretch out the sides now, just to get it into a nice square shape. It's feeling very, if I do the test again now, it's not moving like it was before, so it's definitely well compact. Stretching it out to make the shape that I like. Okay, and there we have our piece of felt. Okay, so it's all done, ready to go. All that needs to happen now, obviously, is just to let it dry. You can do this by hanging it on the clothesline, or when it dries by itself naturally, you can get an iron and iron it out. Thanks for watching.